Imagine waking up every morning feeling empowered, with the conviction that you can handle any situation that comes your way. It's not about being blindly optimistic, but about having a resilient mindset and knowing that, no matter what happens, you have control over how you respond. Stoicism teaches us that true power lies in our ability to choose our response to external circumstances. The lessons I'll share with you are not just theories, they're practices I've implemented in my own life. When I was feeling down and had lost my enthusiasm, it was Stoicism that helped me rediscover my motivation and passion for life. Throughout this video, I'll invite you to reflect on your own life and consider how you can apply these principles to improve your well-being. If you've ever felt trapped in a cycle of negativity or discouragement, this video is for you. Here, you'll learn that enthusiasm is not a permanent state, but a path we can choose to walk. Through these lessons, you will not only learn to face difficult moments but also discover practical tools to cultivate a life filled with meaning and joy. But before we start, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to the channel if you're ready to become the best version of yourself. So, if you're ready to take a step toward a new you, stay with me. I promise that by the end of this journey, you'll have an arsenal of knowledge that you can use in your daily life. Whether you're dealing with work stress, relationship challenges, or simply a sense of lost direction, Stoic lessons can light your way. Remember, enthusiasm is contagious. By adopting these lessons in your life, you won't just transform your own world, you'll also positively influence those around you. So join me on this exploration of Stoicism, and together, let's discover how we can find enthusiasm even in the darkest days. Let's begin! Stoicism is a philosophy that originated in ancient Greece and has endured through the centuries, offering wisdom and practical tools to face life's difficulties. This school of thought centers on the idea that our happiness and well-being depend largely on our perspective and how we choose to react to external circumstances. Instead of being carried away by our emotions or what's beyond our control, Stoics teach us to cultivate a mindset that prioritizes reason and acceptance. One of the core tenets of Stoicism is that we cannot control the events that happen to us, but we can control our reactions to those events. This is a powerful lesson, especially in times of crisis or discouragement. By understanding that our emotions and thoughts are our choices, we begin to empower ourselves. This is particularly relevant in the pursuit of enthusiasm. When we face challenges, our attitude determines whether we remain stuck or find the strength to move forward. Additionally, Stoicism invites us to reflect on the fleeting nature of life. Stoics remind us that life is uncertain and difficulties are inevitable. However, instead of viewing these adversities as insurmountable obstacles, they encourage us to see them as opportunities for growth and learning. Adversity can be a powerful teacher, and every challenge we face has the potential to teach us something valuable if we are willing to open our minds and hearts. By adopting a Stoic mindset, we begin to practice gratitude for what we have, even in difficult moments. This gratitude is not a way to ignore pain or sadness, but a means of focusing on the positive, on what brings us joy and meaning. When we cultivate this perspective, enthusiasm for life becomes a way of being rather than a fleeting state. Stoicism also encourages us to surround ourselves with people who share our values and inspire us to be the best version of ourselves. Community plays a fundamental role in our emotional well-being. Through mutual support, we can find the motivation needed to face challenges and celebrate achievements. This reinforces the idea that enthusiasm is not only cultivated individually but also in connection with others. In this video, I will share with you 12 Stoic lessons that have helped me rediscover my enthusiasm for life. Each lesson is rooted in Stoic principles that are not only relevant in a philosophical context but also practical tools you can implement in your daily life. From learning to accept what we cannot control to the importance of self-reflection and discipline, these lessons are a collection of wisdom that can transform the way you approach life. I invite you to take notes, reflect on your own experience, and consider how each of these lessons can be a beacon that lights your path. So, without further ado, let's dive into the first lessons. I promise that by the end of this journey, you will feel more equipped and motivated to embrace life with enthusiasm, no matter the challenges you face. Lesson 1: Radical Acceptance. The first lesson I want to share with you is radical acceptance. This concept is based on the idea of accepting reality as it is, without trying to resist or change it. Radical acceptance doesn't mean you have to agree with everything that happens. Rather, it's about recognizing that there are things beyond our control and that fighting against them only causes more suffering. Stoicism teaches us that many of our anxieties stem from wanting things to be different from how they are. We cling to the idea that we should have had a perfect childhood, that our relationship should be different, or that our job should be more fulfilling. But by holding on to these expectations, we remain trapped in dissatisfaction. As Epictetus said, it is not things themselves that disturb us, but our opinions about them. Acceptance of reality frees us. It allows us to let go of the weight of resistance and frustration. Instead of wasting energy on things we cannot change, we can redirect that energy toward personal growth and seeking new opportunities. This is especially useful when you're feeling down. In those moments, acknowledging that what you feel is valid and that the situation is difficult can be the first step toward recovery. Imagine you've faced a disappointment in your personal or professional life. Radical acceptance invites you to look at the situation head-on, without embellishments or justifications. Yes, this hurts. But by accepting that life has ups and downs and that suffering is part of the human journey, you allow yourself to heal. This habit opens the door to new possibilities, as it encourages you to evaluate what you can truly control: your thoughts, your actions, and your emotional response. Practicing radical acceptance is not something that's achieved overnight. It requires effort and self-compassion. It's a journey of self-discovery that will gradually free you from the chains that keep you stuck in discouragement. By learning to accept reality, you become stronger, more resilient, and more capable of finding enthusiasm in difficult times. So, when you find yourself facing a challenge, remember that radical acceptance is the first step toward transformation. Accept what is, let go of what you cannot control, and begin to build your path toward a fuller and more enthusiastic life. Lesson 2: Emotional detachment. The second habit I want to share with you is emotional detachment. This concept may seem contradictory because we live in a world where emotions are seen as essential and valuable. However, Stoicism teaches us that although it is natural to feel emotions, we should not allow them to control our actions or well-being. Emotional detachment doesn't mean you should become insensitive or reject your feelings. Instead, it's about learning to observe your emotions without getting trapped in them. When we cling too tightly to our emotions, especially negative ones, we risk losing our judgment and ability to act. This can lead to impulsive decisions and a cycle of suffering that deepens over time. The Stoics believed that the key to a balanced life is cultivating a healthy relationship with our emotions. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most well-known Stoic philosophers, said, "The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts." By practicing emotional detachment, you can learn to separate your thoughts from your emotions, giving you the freedom to act with clarity and reason. Imagine facing a conflict in your personal relationships. Instead of reacting immediately from pain or anger, emotional detachment invites you to take a step back and observe the situation. Ask yourself, what is really happening here? What are the facts, and what are my emotions? This pause allows you to make more informed and less reactive decisions, helping you avoid regret and guilt. Furthermore, emotional detachment allows you to enjoy the good things in life without clinging to them. Life is a constant flow of changes, nothing is permanent. By letting go of the idea that certain emotions or situations must last forever, you can appreciate each moment for what it is, without the anxiety of losing it. This is a process that requires practice and self-awareness. When you find yourself feeling intense emotions, try to step back and remember that while emotions are a natural part of the human experience, they are not the totality of who you are. By cultivating this detachment, you empower yourself to live with greater authenticity and enthusiasm. So, when you face life's challenges, remember the power of emotional detachment. Observe your emotions, but don't let them control you. This practice will lead you to a more balanced life, where enthusiasm can flourish even in moments of challenge. Lesson 3: Resilience. The third lesson I want to share with you is resilience. This quality refers to the ability to adapt and recover in the face of adversity. In life, we all face challenges and difficult moments, and it is our resilience that allows us to rise, learn from the experience, and move forward with greater strength and determination. Stoicism teaches us that adversity is not just an obstacle but also an opportunity for growth. As Seneca said, difficulty strengthens the mind, as labor does the body. Instead of viewing setbacks as failures, the Stoics invite us to consider them as valuable lessons that contribute to our personal development. Cultivating resilience involves changing our perspective on pain and suffering. When something bad happens, it's natural to feel sadness or frustration. However, instead of getting trapped in those feelings, we can ask ourselves, what can I learn from this situation? How can I use this experience to grow? This shift in focus can transform the way we experience adversity. Imagine you've lost a job or gone through a painful breakup. Instead of sinking into despair, resilience invites you to reflect on your skills and goals. Ask yourself, what new opportunities can arise from this? How can I use this experience to become stronger? This mindset allows you to find meaning in pain and move forward with confidence. Resilience is also connected to self-efficacy, which is the belief in your ability to face and overcome challenges. The more you practice resilience, the more you'll realize that you are capable of handling difficulties. Each time you face a challenge and come out on the other side, you reinforce your confidence in yourself and your abilities. Remember that resilience doesn't mean being invulnerable. We all have moments of weakness. What's important is to acknowledge those moments and allow yourself to feel, but without getting stuck in them. Accept that pain is part of life, but it also opens the door to growth. So, when life presents challenges, remember that you are stronger than you think. Cultivate resilience in your daily life, and you'll discover that you can face any adversity with a new perspective and renewed determination. Lesson 4: Focus on what you can control. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're ready to start shaping your new inner self. The fourth lesson I want to share with you is the focus on what you can control. This is one of the most powerful teachings of Stoicism and is based on the idea that there are things in life that are within our control and others that are not. Wisdom lies in recognizing the difference and directing our energy toward what we can truly influence. The Stoics, like Epictetus, emphasize that our inner peace and happiness depend largely on our ability to discern between what we can control and what we cannot. He said, "Do not seek for things to happen as you wish them to happen as they do, and your life will be serene." This phrase invites us to free ourselves from the stress and frustration that come from trying to change the unchangeable. When we focus on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and reactions, we find a sense of empowerment. For example, if you are facing a complicated situation at work, instead of stressing about external factors like others' opinions or the outcome of a project, focus on your own behavior. Ask yourself, what can I do to improve this situation? How can I better prepare for the future? By adopting this mindset, you become more proactive and less reactive. Instead of being swept along by circumstances, you take control of your life. This also means accepting that we won't always get the result we want. By focusing on the process and your actions, you can find satisfaction in the effort itself, regardless of the final outcome. Additionally, this practice helps reduce anxiety and stress. When you stop worrying about what you can't control, you can concentrate on the present and what truly matters. This allows you to be more effective and clear in your decision-making. Remember that life is full of variables and surprises, and we cannot always predict what will happen. However, by focusing on your own thoughts and actions, you can cultivate a sense of calm and inner security. So, whenever you feel overwhelmed, ask yourself, what can I control here? This simple question can be a beacon in the storm, guiding you toward a more centered and meaningful life. Lesson 5: Self-Reflection and Learning. The fifth lesson I want to share with you is self-reflection and learning. This habit is essential for our personal growth and is deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy. Self-reflection allows us to look inward, assess our actions, thoughts, and emotions, and learn from our experiences. The Stoics believe that self-examination is a daily practice that helps us stay aligned with our values and principles. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, reminds us of the importance of reflecting on our actions and decisions. The quality of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. This statement invites us to consider how our thoughts affect our emotions and behaviors. Self-reflection is not just about looking back at what we did, but also analyzing why we did it. Ask yourself, what motivated my actions? Do they reflect my true desires and values? This process will help you identify patterns in your behavior and better understand your reactions to different situations. Additionally, it is crucial to learn from our mistakes. Instead of viewing them as failures, see them as opportunities to grow. The key is not to repeat the same mistakes over and over again. As Seneca said, there is no greater mistake than the one made by those who do not learn from their errors. When you face a challenge, take the time to reflect on what you could do differently next time. Self-reflection also fosters self-compassion. When evaluating our actions, it's easy to fall into the trap of excessive criticism. However, remember to be kind to yourself. Acknowledge your efforts and celebrate your progress, no matter how small. This will not only help you build self-esteem but also motivate you to keep learning and growing. Setting aside a daily moment for self-reflection, whether at the end of the day or through journaling, can be a powerful tool. Take a few minutes to review your experiences, emotions, and lessons learned. Ask yourself, What did I do well today? What could I have done better? In the end, self-reflection and learning are practices that will allow you to live with more intention and clarity. As you become an observer of your own life, you'll find that you have the ability to evolve and become the best version of yourself. Lesson 6. Maintain your dignity. The sixth lesson I want to share with you is to maintain your dignity. This habit is essential for cultivating solid self-esteem and living an authentic life. In a world where we often face pressure to please others, maintaining our dignity means staying true to our values and principles, regardless of external circumstances. Dignity is not just a matter of pride, it is a manifestation of respect for yourself. As Epictetus said, "No one can hurt me without my consent." This phrase highlights that our dignity depends on how we perceive ourselves and the importance we place on others' opinions. When you value and respect yourself, it becomes harder for external criticism to affect you. Maintaining your dignity involves setting clear boundaries and knowing when to say no. Often, we can fall into the trap of wanting to be liked at the expense of our own well-being. However, it's essential to recognize that prioritizing yourself is okay. When you set healthy boundaries, you not only protect your emotional well-being but also demonstrate to others that you value yourself. Moreover, your dignity should not depend on your achievements or external approval. True dignity comes from within. Ask yourself, am I acting in accordance with my values and principles? If the answer is yes, then you are maintaining your dignity regardless of the circumstances. Practicing dignity also means not allowing difficulties or failures to define you. Life is full of ups and downs, and facing challenges is normal. However, maintaining your dignity will help you get back up after every fall. Remember, your experiences do not determine your worth as a person. You are worthy simply for being who you are. To cultivate this habit, you can start by practicing self-compassion. Treat yourself with kindness and respect, especially during difficult times. It's also helpful to surround yourself with people who support and value you for who you are, as this will reinforce your sense of dignity. So, every time you face situations that test your dignity, remember that you are stronger than you think. Keep your values at the center of your decisions and act with integrity. In doing so, you will not only protect your self-esteem but also inspire others to do the same. Lesson 7. Gratitude for the lesson. The seventh lesson I want to share with you is gratitude for the lesson. This habit can radically transform your perspective on life and the difficulties you face. Often, in moments of pain or disappointment, it's easy to fall into the trap of self-pity and discouragement. However, if you manage to see each experience, even the most challenging ones, as an opportunity to learn, you will find a new sense of purpose and strength. The Stoics, like Seneca, teach us that adversity is the mother of wisdom. This principle reminds us that the most valuable lessons often come from difficult experiences. When you face an obstacle, instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" try asking, "What can I learn from this situation?" This shift in mindset allows you to see difficulties as stepping stones to personal growth. Practicing gratitude doesn't mean ignoring pain or minimizing your feelings. Rather, it's about accepting the reality of the situation and seeking the learning that can arise from it. For example, if you end a relationship that has left you hurt, take a moment to reflect on what you've learned about yourself. What are your needs? What qualities do you value in a partner? In doing so, you not only honor your experience but also better prepare yourself for the future. Additionally, cultivating gratitude for the lessons also involves celebrating your progress. Every time you overcome a challenge, big or small, take a moment to acknowledge your effort and growth. This not only reinforces your self-esteem but also motivates you to keep moving forward. An effective practice to integrate this habit into your life is keeping a gratitude journal. Dedicate a few minutes each day to writing about the lessons you've learned, even during difficult times. Reflecting on your experiences will help you develop a more positive and resilient mindset. Remember that life is full of ups and downs, and every experience offers you the opportunity to grow. By adopting an attitude of gratitude toward the lessons, you not only empower yourself but also inspire others to do the same. Every challenge becomes a chapter in your story, one that brings you closer to the best version of yourself. Now that we've explored these 12 Stoic lessons that have helped me find enthusiasm for life, it's important to reflect on how you can integrate these teachings into your daily life. Each of these habits not only offers you tools to face adversity but also invites you to build a fuller and more authentic life. First, remember that self-acceptance is the foundation of your journey towards self-esteem. Learning to love yourself as you are, with all your virtues and flaws, is a crucial step. When you accept yourself, you give yourself permission to grow and evolve without the weight of external judgment. Then there's emotional detachment. This habit frees you from the attachments that often cause us pain and suffering. By learning to let go of what you cannot control, you empower yourself to live in the present, enjoying each moment without the burden of anxiety. Resilience is another key lesson. Life will not always be easy, and setbacks are part of the process. Resilience teaches you to get back up after every stumble, to see each challenge as an opportunity to learn and grow. Accept that pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. A fundamental aspect we've discussed is focusing on what you can control. In a world full of uncertainty, focusing on your actions and reactions gives you a sense of clarity and purpose. This habit allows you to navigate life's turbulence with confidence and determination. Let's not forget the importance of self-reflection and learning. This process helps you stay aligned with your values and constantly evolve. By evaluating your experiences, you become more aware of yourself and the decisions you make, enriching your personal journey. Leave us a comment sharing your thoughts, so you can help motivate others to become the best version of themselves. Give me a like and don't forget that subscribing is free. See you in the next episode.